Well, greetings viewers and voyeurs, you're with Got That Funk. On Friday night last week I hosted a blog TV show for a couple of hours. Pretty good time, I suppose. But early on in the evening we had a troll come into the room who was a bit of a racist and he was trying to sort of stir up some shit. Now, any of you who've already been to my blog TVs will know this, but when it comes to trolling and people come trolling in my room, I tend to play with the trolls. I see, try to wind them up. I mean, my attitude is if they think they can waste my time, well, I can surely waste theirs back, right? Anyway, this guy was sort of spouting his nonsense about how the white race is going to go extinct unless we, quotation marks, do something about it. Well, I'm going to put the question out there just for the sake of discussion that I asked him. So what? So what? Let's just say that I accept everything he's saying is true, that darker-skinned people are going to outbreed lighter-skinned people. I mean, actually, before we even go there, please define white people for me. I mean, I know that Caucasian people are generally seen to be, European descent. But I mean, Europe's as a small continent compared to the rest of the continents in the world, but it's not exactly a small place, and there's not exactly a single ethnicity in Europe. I mean, do Italians or Mediterranean people in general, do they count as Caucasians? If Italians are Caucasians, what about Greeks? If Greeks are Caucasians, what about Turks? If Turks are Caucasians, what about Syrians? What about Israelis? What about Egyptians? What about Algerians? I mean, when you get to the Arab countries, they go, oh, no, those aren't Caucasians anymore. Whoa, 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 whoa. So where on the map did people stop being Caucasian? Please tell me. So I don't really understand that. Obviously, the darker-skinned people are, the less likely people are to say that they're Caucasian. But what about people in South America? Is South America a predominantly Caucasian continent? I don't know. So, I don't understand how these people draw these distinctions in their mind, where their lines are, and so forth. But let's just forget about that for a second and just say Caucasians are pasty white people. We'll just say all the pasty white people are Caucasians and everybody else doesn't count as Caucasian for the purposes of this argument. So, if all the pasty white people in the world get outbred by darker-skinned people, so what? What's the problem? If people with this sort of attitude that we're going to, be made extinct, us white folk, if we're going to be made to be extinct, well, hey, unless you think that they're going to wipe out your genetic heritage by literally killing all of you and all of your descendants, which doesn't seem to be what they're arguing. They're arguing that they're going to breed us out of existence. Well, if that's the case, your genetic heritage is still going to be there, just in a body of someone who's got a slightly darker pigmentation than you might have done. And I don't understand what the fear is. I mean, what's the fear? What's the fear? That the whole world is going to have a tan? Is that what the fear is? I don't understand. What's the fear? Seriously, where are these people fucking coming from? What is so cherished about pasty white skin that it needs to survive evolution? I don't understand. Please explain it to me. If your genetic heritage is what you're worried about, don't even pretend to me that you care about the skin color of your great-great-grandchildren. Don't even go there, because I will be willing to bet you any amount of money that nobody watching this video can name all 16 of their great-great-grandparents without looking it up first. So, if you can't even name your own ancestors going back 3 generations, why should 3 generations hence care about you, the decisions you make, or what color your fucking skin is? Alright? And also, just as an aside, if you don't know the ancestors from 3 generations back, how do you know you don't have some darker colored skinned people 10 generations back or 20? I mean, British people in particular, this country's been invaded by the Romans. There's those Italians again. Were they too dark skinned? Oh my goodness. I don't fucking get it. I know most of my audience are not racist, but if anybody could explain this shit to me, I'd be grateful.